So a row, it works a lot of muscle groups. It works your biceps, works your lats, works your deltoids, works your rhomboids, your abs, and your lower back. Essentially, it works all this right here. Now you see why it's popular, right? All right, here's another episode here for you of TRX Translations. If you're not familiar with this series, essentially what we've been doing here is we've been taking exercise that you would normally execute in a gym, and we're taking them outside of the gym and into your home or wherever you normally use your TRX. So today we're going to be talking about rows. It's a very popular exercise. However, it's not a very functional exercise, but it does work a lot of muscle groups that you may want to strengthen so that you can improve your posture. Now, you walk into any gym, you're going to see people doing a seated row. All right, you know how the seated row works. You're sitting down, grabbing the weight, pull it into your chest. Great exercise for your lats. Great exercise to get those muscles in between your shoulder blades nice and strong. Give you that nice deep cut in the middle of your shoulder blades. Another great exercise for the core is a bent over row. You're going to grab a weight, you pull it into bring it into your hands, essentially pulling that weight up into your chest. The great thing about that is it's really good on your core because you're having to create some intra-abdominal stability by holding your breath and engaging your core as you're pulling a weight into your body. So I really enjoy those two exercises. I think they're really effective. However, as I said, this is TRX Translation, so we're talking about exercises and how you can replicate them outside of a gym. All right, so when it comes to rows, as I said, we're essentially trying to work your core, your lats, and your biceps. Very similar to a lat pull down. If you remember in our last episode of TRX Translations, we talked about that lat pull down. We talked about pull-ups. As I said, this is not exactly like a lat pull down because a lat pull down is it kind of trains you into doing a functional exercise. However, as we know, rows are not a functional exercise, but they are a great way to strengthen those muscles that help you with your posture. All right, so here we go. We're taking the TRX. Now I like to have the TRX at around 3/4 lengths to full extension, depending on how I'm feeling. Now the 3/4 lengths to full extension actually gives you more range because you're using more muscle groups. You can step in and step out, and you can get more range on the exercise. So it really varies when it comes to a row. Like I can start off, and I'm feeling pretty good for the first 5 reps. If I'm feeling pretty good, I'll take a huge step in, and that works because I have these at 3/4 lengths. Whereas if it was shorter or at half length, I'd have to really step further forward, and it doesn't kind of interrupts the flow. I'll give you a little quick example. So here I am. We're doing the rows. Now this is how I do my rows. You can do them any way you want, but this is the mid row. This is very similar again to the that seated row that you do at the gym. The only difference is that you're going to engage your core a lot more because you're going to have your feet on the ground and you're going to be stabilizing using your abs and your back. Whereas in a machine, you're seated. That's why it's a seated row. You don't really get to use the rest of your core. So I have these at 3/4 lengths. As you can see, I'm starting off right here in my armpits. I'm straightening my arms out. As I straighten my arms out, I really try to focus on keeping my chest up towards the sky. I don't try to round my shoulders. Now, the thing here is that if you really want to get stronger, you're going to round your shoulders a little bit without dipping your hips, okay? When you round your shoulders, you get that full range of motion. You really engage those rhomboids and those lats, all right? Those are side muscles right underneath your armpits, and your rhomboids are right in the inside of your shoulder blades. And from here, you pull your chest right back up to your hands, all right? Again, this is very similar to a seated row. Only difference is you get to work a little bit more core, all right? So I really like this. This is a mid row from a neutral grip. There's 3 different grips you can use. There's also a pronated grip, all right, where your palms are facing downward. Works the shoulders a little bit more, gets a little bit more of those rear delts. And of course, you can do a supinated grip where your palms up and you're working the biceps a little bit more. So that's essentially how you execute a mid row. It's probably the most popular of the rows, and that's as similar to a seated row as you can get. So hopefully that you can use these exercises in your own routine at home or wherever you use your TRX. If you have any questions about this video or any of our videos in the past, I would love for you to leave your comments down below in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You can click on that button down below, and that'll ensure that you will be notified when we release our next video about your questions on the TRX. Thanks again for watching, and as always, keep good company.
That's awesome.